I may have created some expo on this particular drone. It took me a while and lots of videos. My thanks to the person listed in this description for giving the most comprehensive of the hour and a half I watched about expo to realise that my reactions are quite slow and the fact I needed to change some things, which I did. The expo here may be laughably slow, but did help to encourage me to get in the air. In addition, it also means the drone flies a bit like a flying boat, which is not great for precision flying, but as I say, it gave me the encouragement and initial flight chance to get things FPVing. Before that, I was trying the pitch and the roll angles, and my ham-fisted massive thumbs were creating such a wave that the drone just tilted and fell out of the sky. So, moving on to the FPV footage you're about to see. The first sets of FPV footage are similar to a park bench I used last year to try a Parrot Mambo and a few other drones with an AIO on. It's an incline of about 25 to 40 degrees, and I didn't realise at the time, but my earsheen goggles get blocked by the trees quite rapidly on this. However, I managed to last a minute and a half on the first flight, which was great, and sadly on the last flight, not so great. I lost orientation and took a wrong path, which meant I lost control of the drone and lost signal. But luckily, as I got to the junction I'd gone wrong on, I could see it quite steadily by the side of the path. Working my way through the trees in this particular park was fun. A good exercise. As I say, I'd got the drone so docile that it kind of worked its way around trees quite well, but not precisely. So that was at a cost. I can honestly say I never thought I would like things like beta flight, but I can see the need for them. Especially having flown the Armour 65 Lite I have, which doesn't have that ability. It seems a bit feisty, and I've been able to tame that in the tinyhawk to get me flying and use it. Obviously, as the hobby changes and my skills hopefully grow, I'll be able to change the settings to match my reaction time and hopefully my not so ham-fisted thumbs. That said, as I say, it was a fun experience. I was all on my own, so no spotter. I really had to watch where I was going, but I really did enjoy it. The second half of this video is from a flying field round the corner from my daughter's house, who, if you think your grandma can fly a drone on these PIDs or expo, you're probably right. I turned 50 this year and a grandparent the day after this footage was filmed, which I'm really chuffed with, and to be honest, it's the reason I've not put a video out for a couple of days, because I've been a bit busy, other priorities and stuff, and also the reason I've not bought a Cine Whoop. Buying things for the baby seems a bit more important right now, and I'm all the better for it. So, flying the second part of this video was a new spot round the corner from my daughter and partner's house and my grandson, at a park I'd never flown round, and one JJC is excited to have a crack at as well. So the tinyhawk will feature soon as well. On the note of future videos, I'm conscious that I've not flown the J11. Around half-term holidays, October, I think is the new penciled in date. I want a beach location and some fun for that. In addition, I also bought earlier this year a Zod Nano Talon. I definitely want to maiden that at some point. I've got to put a receiver and a battery in, something I've never really done to a drone or plane before, so again, another learning curve, but hopefully things will be good there. So, back on to part 2, as I say, the second half of the footage in this video. The emax flies around some exercise equipment in a park, as well as a tree, which I get quite high from, and as I say, boaty turning regarding the expo and this particular drone. I wasn't able to react as quickly as I'd like to, but I think it's well within my remit in terms of the slowness of and the ham-fistedness of my thumbs. Enough of me drivelling on. I enjoyed every minute of what you're about to see. There are plenty of crashes, don't get me wrong, but plenty I've learned from it, especially my right hand, which tends to drift either left or right as I'm turning, which is something I've got to stop as a nasty habit. I've noticed that most more successful FPV pilots tend to use yaw a lot more and pitch left and right a lot less, giving much smoother footage and much, more reactive flight. So yeah, plenty of practice ahead for me. I am enjoying it. Love the emax tinyhawk for the fact you can change things on it. I'm sure there's plenty of other drones you can do this with, plenty of other whoops, but at the end of the day I don't see much point in changing the emax tinyhawk I've got when I can actually customize it to do different things, which, as I say, I thought would find really daunting, and yeah, it's a learning curve, but it's actually quite good, knowing you can mold it to what you want. So many reviews and videos I've seen about people saying they have their own PIDs and their own way to fly, and I get it, it's finding that sweet spot that you can fly with, rather than learning what the drone can do, what you can do with the drone. So yeah, that's quite a good thing, quite embracing that. Onwards and upwards. Enjoy the rest of the footage. I'll try and pop some music on. If I've drilled on too much, or you want to ask any questions, or you just think I'm talking rubbish, please let me know. As always, like and subscribe. Not to sound too much like someone I really strive to be like, but thanks to all the new subscribers. Really chuffed, to be honest. Gone up recently. Thank you. Keep watching, keep commenting, keep your likes coming. I'm sorry, there'll be plenty more of this drivel in the future. FPVing, like it very much. If you haven't tried it, give it a go. If you want any suggestions, I can only give you my opinions. Thanks again, thanks for watching, enjoy the rest of the video. Cheers!